Hi there, I'm Rob Anderson, and I have started a campaign, a mission, call it what you like. I am going to implement a simple 21-day to learn and apply a new habit to my life. It will ultimately result in a new me, which should be amusing to see. What I'm going to do is, I have proven in the past that I can do and learn a habit in 21 days. So I'm going to use this 21-day method to lose weight. I get that it's going to be a huge mission. I hate exercising. I've enjoyed walking and swimming in my life, but ask me to run or cycle or do anything like that, that's evil, and I just don't get it. I appreciate that there's millions of people that love it and are addicted to, say, jogging. Good for them. I have other addictions, and I'm happy with those. But bottom line is, I'm at least 50 kilograms overweight, which is huge. It's like carrying around a bag of cement every time I stand up, sit down, do anything. So it's a very, very simple thing. I'm going to build a website and do this blog and do videos for it and document the 21-day cycles as they go along. I'm going to do it in cycles. First 21 days, you'll see it in a minute, will be a certain plan, and then I'll add and add and add until at some point I will be eating healthy, exercising, and in fact perhaps become disciplined in other things where I'm in fact perhaps even worse than my weight. The whole point is to make the 21-day system work. Now I do know it works. So this plan is not scripted, as you can hear. I kind of think and stall and go as I go along, but it's going to be no fancy stuff. I'm simply just going to come online every day and make a short video or a short post. Sometimes the videos will be 3 or 4 days apart, but there'll be posts in between. But it'll keep you up to date, and especially if you've subscribed to either my YouTube or my RSS feed, and you'll be able to see what's happening. You'll be able to see the days when I do fast food, the days when I fail at exercising for whatever reason. And based on how hard my first 30 minutes was today, I suspect I might not be able to walk tomorrow. But everything here is going to be to the book, totally honest, straightforward, and it's simply by doing it that way. Now, I know that I'm not good at exercise, and in fact, I've proven that if I launch into stuff in the past, it's no good. So I'm going to just do the 21-day rule per one item. And the initial one here, as you see, is the 30 minutes a day exercise. So that's it, my very first 21-day rule. The whole concept is going to work on the 21 days. So let me just make that clear. My first 21-day rule is I must make sure I exercise or keep my cardiovascular up high for a full 21 days, for a full 30 minutes every single day. I get that because of me being working from home and having a totally sort of haphazard schedule, I set appointments and meetings with clients at all times whenever it suits them, and I work around that. If I have friends and family over, I stop working and work late. So I'm going to try to discipline it more, and if, for example, I do say get it to 7 in the morning, that will be great. And if something happens on a 7 a.m. day, well, I must just make sure that I don't break the habit for that day. Okay, so yeah, the 21-day thing that I'm applying now with this sort of a 10-step 21-day system, or 3 steps or whatever it's going to be, is simply to discipline me to make sure I implement and learn to do the one at a time. Going full on vegetarian or into smoothie diets and all sorts of pretty good stuff. I mean, they all work. But if you started to try and make me do smoothies like instantly from today, I can tell you now, 2 or 3 days time, I'm going to lie to you all and sneak away and go and find me a kind of really cool burger and chips and a milkshake. Or hell, even if I have to put it in a smoothie machine. But it's not going to work. I have to sort of wean myself out of the bad habit slowly. The 21 days is habit by habit I will eliminate. Now, the first one is no exercise. So I've never exercised, fair enough. I've put on an average of 5 kilograms a year for the last, I don't know how long. So I'm going to do it that one step at a time, make sure that each one is well established, and before I go on to the next one. So here we go, as it says, my steps are planning. Yeah, good question there. at least the exercise is the first one, and I've got to keep it so that I'm huffing and puffing. I found it already that my 30 minutes today, I probably rested dozens of times in total, at least a quarter of the time I was standing still wondering if I was ever going to get, and 30 minutes really felt like a long time. But understand that I'm impressed that I did it. I kind of exercise. When I say I never exercise, I've been talking about exercising and losing weight for 2 years. And generally it'll be a day here and 3 days there, and I'll miss a month, and then I'll do it for every second day for a few weeks. But I'd never learned that habit. So this is about getting the habit done. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to be documenting what I eat and what I drink. And for example, today I already had a 500 ml soda, which was a raspberry or something, call it a Coke, but it wasn't. It was a sweetened thing and bad. In fact, and I've had a 500 ml milk as well, albeit a low fat. But I'm going to keep a list of it, and I'll be able to see after a week, for example, that wow, I tend to seem to have a lot of X, Y, Z, and that will be therefore become perhaps a single item I must learn to discipline that I can only have on a certain date or a certain time. So, for example, my condensed milk addiction, I in fact lie when I say it's like a huge addiction. I can go months without having condensed milk, but yeah, I can easily drink a tin of condensed milk in one sitting, 20 minutes, half an hour, it's gone. It's kind of a silly little size tin anyway. It's not like it's a huge, difficult thing to do. So my issue here is it's very simple. If I'm going to do, say, condensed milk, maximum once a month. In fact, I could probably easily make it once every 2 months and not be seriously upset about that. So that kind of thing will come into it. Okay, so my first 2 steps are exercising first, getting the habit, and then cutting my food into details. Like I'm going to try to do smaller meals and stretch, have more smaller meals a day instead of, one big one in the evening or whatever. Those are kind of habits. It means I'd have to learn to discipline how what we cook and how we eat it, that sort of thing. But it's cool. I reckon it'll all work out. Okay, so here's where I need your help. I'm going to be doing this very, very, very publicly. I obviously am going to be running goodies and blogs and be on Facebook and fan pages. I'm going to be on Twitter. I get that people are going to tell me it's insane, this will never work. Other people are going to tell me you're doing it wrong, you're stupid, you're going to get whatever, broken knees, or all you're going to do is clog up your bowels. I'm not even worried. In fact, the more people push my buttons in good and bad ways, the happier I am. But truthfully, I do want to get your help. So, fact is, I've already done my first 30 minutes exercise. I mentioned that damn near killed me. It's fine. It's done. And you know what? It's going to be every day, at least 21 days. And by then, I'll probably find it so much easier. And in fact, at some point, I love it. Recently in Toronto, I heard some woman talk to another guy and heard her saying she missed jogging twice. And she felt so terrible. And I'm thinking, yeah, right. But I get it. It was the break of the habit that made her feel out of sync. The blog I've already installed today. It's got a ton of work. So this video I'm making now, you might not see for 4 days. And when I do install it, it'll come up with 4 in a row videos. It's fine. There's not much I can do about that. But yeah, I've got to keep working on it. The website's built. It's just going to need content and adjusting and tweaking, just like any good SEO'd website. I've got to still document what I eat and drink. That's cool. I'm going to do that every day. The measuring of my sort of big round belly, which is huge. In fact, it's my tummy that is my biggest motivator for losing weight. It's where my weight goes on to kind of like not so much on other parts of my body. Everybody has different places where they put on their weight. And mine is okay because, guys have got boobs and it's fine. But the belly thing, recently on my holiday, I noticed it was like really huge. And that was when I realized I definitely need to do something. Okay, so whoever you are, whatever age you are, whatever weight you are, I would love you to follow along to help me. I would love the support. I'm really going to need you to all. The more people that can share, the more people you can get to click follow and tell people, look at this. This is the weirdest, laziest method of dieting I've ever seen. Because I don't plan to make it a mission. The biggest mission, in fact, will be the documenting it every day. And that in itself will be perhaps actually step number 1. And step number 2 is the 30 minutes of exercise a day. But they'll run concurrently, obviously. The point is, I need you guys to kind of come along. If the more public it is, the more likely I am to not bail on the 5th or 6th day. But if I'm getting instant comments and help from everybody, it's obviously going to work. And obviously, I'd like it to motivate other people to say, you know what, I can do that. I can just do a little bit of exercise every day. And once that's done, I can then cut out the burgers and cheese. Oh, damn, cheese is lovely. It's really going to be hard, some of this. Anyway, cool, that's it. That's my first video. I will probably be producing the next one tomorrow, insofar as that I'll start to talk about how and what exercise I'm doing and things. It's hardly relevant. Some of the videos will be a minute and others will be half an hour. That's it. Wish me the best of luck. Thank you. Take care. Cheers.